Locomotion and kinetics. Despite mass and armor burden, the Crusher advances steadily and without hesitation. Sprinting is rare, acceleration is unnecessary. The entity closes distance through environmental denial, destroying cover rather than navigating around it. Knockback resistance is extreme. Explosive impacts stagger briefly, then fail. Suppression fire is ineffective. The Crusher does not flinch. Pain response is either heavily suppressed or irrelevant. This unit categorizes the Crusher as a momentum-based entity. Once engaged, disengagement becomes statistically unlikely. Behavioral patterning. Crusher behavior is simple but not mindless. Target prioritization favors the nearest threat or the most disruptive unit. Psychers are frequently targeted first, shield-bearing operatives second. This indicates experiential learning. The entity does not chase fleeing targets beyond a certain distance. Instead, it establishes dominance over territory. Survivors describe it as claiming the space. This unit interprets this as doctrinal deployment rather than instinct. Psychological impact. Multiple reject accounts reference panic, paralysis, or fatal hesitation upon encountering a Crusher. This is not due to speed or surprise, but certainty. The Crusher represents delayed but unavoidable termination. That unit, Lex Mechanic 88, proposed classification as a morale weapon. This unit agrees. Physiology inferred. Direct observation of flesh is limited. Armor breaches reveal hypertrophied musculature, heavy scarring, and chemical burn patterns consistent with long-term stimulant abuse. Blood samples indicate extreme adrenal saturation and altered clotting behavior. Pain receptors are likely suppressed chemically, neurologically, or through faith-based conditioning. Survivors report continued advance despite catastrophic limb damage. This unit hypothesizes that the Crusher is not selected for strength, but for survivorship. Only those who refuse to fall are elevated. Vocalization and communication. The Crusher does not speak. No chants, no war cries, no acknowledgement of allies. Communication, if present, is non-verbal or command-driven. This silence is repeatedly cited by survivors as unsettling. This unit finds silence efficient. Comparative analysis. Unlike Ragers, the Crusher does not burn itself out. Unlike Bruisers, it does not rely on numbers. Unlike Ogren assets, it lacks emotional variability. The Crusher is a single-purpose solution. Remove resistance through overwhelming force. This unit notes with mild concern that the design philosophy is sound. Tactical implications. Standard infantry tactics fail. Concentrated fire is required. Armor-piercing weaponry yields inconsistent results. Disabling maneuvers are unreliable. Delay increases casualty probability. Reject accounts that survived consistently mention teamwork, terrain exploitation, and sacrifice. One operative states, "You don't beat it, you survive it." This unit categorizes this as accurate. Doctrinal reflection. Restricted. The Crusher embodies an uncomfortable convergence of heretical and mechanicus principles. Reinforcement over repair, function over form, persistence over adaptability. It is crude, it is effective. This unit briefly considers whether the Omnissiah values elegance or results. The thought is flagged and quarantined. Conclusion. The Dread Crusher is not a monster. It is a solution arrived at through attrition and belief. It exists because it works. It does not require speed, intelligence, or innovation. Only mass, faith, and repetition. Termination is mandatory. Observation is hazardous. Prolonged engagement results in unacceptable losses. This unit recommends continued study via secondary sources only. Direct capture attempts are illogical. End comprehensive log. Data sealed. Thought purge advised. Probability of compliance indeterminate. Omnissiah preserve function.